That's pretty much it. But yeah, man, we're just gonna sit here and talk to each other and fucking. I'm gonna open this and change my glass. I'm gonna get some behind the scenes first because I'm sure we're gonna say some crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you for joining me. Welcome to Killa's Table, man. Tell the people who you are, what you do, why you do what you do. Because I want to hear that too.
Cool, bro. Yeah. So, my name is Jonathan Gakiola. That's my birth name. In the streets, I'm known as El Sol JG the Sun. And and just to be clear for everybody out there, the El Sol JG the Sun is a translation, and it's all caps in Spanish, because El Sol is like its own catalog versus JG the Sun, which is its own catalog, and together they're one artist that are coming together as a bilingual kind of duo. And what I mean by that is that, like, I kind of have, like the Spanish reggae side of everything. Yeah, exactly. So like,
keep talking fast.
Yeah, just like that. And when you look it up on YouTube, just like that.
Just like
and when you look it up on Spotify, just like that. You know what I mean? All caps on the El Sol.
That's dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So El Sol is, that if I end up, doing like the whole, shortening the name from Puff Daddy to Diddy, like so, you know what I mean? If I end up doing that in the future, I think it would like go down to El Sol.
El Sol.
ELSOL, and that'll be like what I'll end up. But right now, I also, since I have so much English music to unload, JG the Sun is gonna play a huge part in me solidifying myself in the United States and in the city of Phoenix in particular, because I was born and raised here. I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. So, yeah, man, like, I really represent the desert to the core. I represent the Latino, side of me, but I'm also representing the hip hop side of me that I grew up with and was so passionate about for many years. And I kind of reignited that passion, coming back to Phoenix and getting back in the scene and the underground scene and all the open mic scene and all these really cool events and communities that are doing really cool stuff. So I've met really cool people along the way, and I've
met some of those people.
Yeah, dude, it just relit this flame that was like, you know what? Yeah, we gotta bring this English like rugged hip hop side out and show people also what I can do on that side. Yeah. So,
do you go by different names when you like? Would it be just El Sol and would it be JG the Sun as different artists, or will they always be El Sol JG the Sun?
Yeah, so, and when you look it up, it's always going to be El Sol JG the Sun, okay. Unless I shorten it in the future.
Unless you idiot.
Yeah, let's not use that though. That's the worst example I could have used. But y'all know what I meant in reference. I definitely want people like to know that El Sol JG the Sun is like the whole thing, but like I also want it to be like if people look up just JG the Sun, it's you're able to find it. If people look up El Sol, like you probably won't find it immediately, but if you put JG, then that hopefully would be like the next thing to come up. So try to make it accessible for both languages if people are looking me up in Spanish or English. You know what I mean?
That's dope. How does this persona, and I know it's not about them, it's more about you today, but how does this persona come in with your band?
Or does it? Wellfellows. Yeah, so I'm also part of a band called Wellfellows, which consists of really cool artists like Stratus the Fire, Eon Gray as well, and Shad, who's a
cool
poet.
People I was talking about.
Yeah. No, they're really cool individuals, and I think what really just came together and clicked for us is that we all have such different styles and completely different backgrounds. We're all completely like different, you know what I mean? Like a white man, a black man, and a Hispanic man, you know what I mean?
Every color of the
straight
rainbow.
Up, like we just harmonized and honestly just worked together so well, so fluently, and just understanding each other as brothers, as human beings, you know what I mean? Beyond just any stereotypes you can think of. Like truly,
not a band of brotherhood. That's how I felt when I saw you guys. Like, damn, these dudes known each other forever.
Right.
That's how I felt.
And we haven't even known each other for a year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's wild that, like, you know,
just the respect.
And it really is. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. And then we all have faith in God, and we all have faith in the love of Christ within our heart. You know, so we all move with that and in the integrity and the motivation, the passion to show up every day in the ways that we do. And I think that's what really just magnetized us. And we're still going to have our own different styles as individual artists, and we're going to be our own individual artists, which is dope.
Even when you're here, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
So, yeah. So it's really cool to have like that as like a, you know, another avenue to get the message out.
So before we move off of them, what do you have coming with them? Because I'm interested and I'm actually doing stuff with them. What do you have coming up with them? And then also touch on the moment that we touched off camera, about the moment that I asked you about posting. Like, that was a special moment. So wrap that up and then we'll move beyond the group.
For sure.
Talk about that moment first.
The moment?
Yeah, that moment.
Yeah. No, I think that moment, I felt family. I felt like I was so comfortable in my environment, and that's why I was able to be so vulnerable. I was hearing these songs back to us for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, we've always been rehearsing it. You know what I mean? So it's always the output.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you actually receive the input from an outside source via the recording.
Back the way you gave it back.
You know what I mean? And you're hearing that for the first time. Like, it's brought me to tears in different ways, like the music has. But like that specific moment, like harmonizing with another group of individuals on a track, you know, is difficult.
Yes.
For one, but like
with one other person is difficult.
Yeah.
Just one other.
Yeah. So, to really like put that, you know, give our all into a moment, and then it come out to be that, you know, and you know, hearing it played back, and I'm just like,
I know you haven't saw the video yet,
dude. Like, that was beautiful.
I showed Strat when he was here, and you can see it coming to a point. You can see like that, bro. It's a beautiful video. I can't wait to show you after this. I can't wait to show you, but I can't wait to post. It is a moment. So thank you very much for allowing me to post it and sharing that with everyone, because it's a moment in time for real.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like, they've never seen that vulnerable side of me because they haven't gotten to know me like that. But I'm a very emotional human being, and I'll embrace that. It's my feminine side, you know. And I'm not gonna act like that doesn't exist. I'm not gonna reject that part of me. You know, we're all yin yang energy, so like, you know, we have to be able to.
I'm the same way, bro.
To, you know, like express that side of us, you know, in a healthy way.
As man, we don't get to get that out.
Way. Yeah.
Even with each other as man, we don't get to get that out. So I think it's important that you get it out. That's why it was such a beautiful and important moment.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that, man. What you guys have coming next as a band?
I think right now we're locking in these songs. We may start with the EP. We may start with the single. We haven't even really talked about it yet. But like right now, like, we just keep jamming and coming out, it yet. Bro.
Holy shit! And you have great music.
We just went to the river this past Sunday, and you know, we recorded, you know, on our iPhones another 2-3 songs that were just like freestyle, just came to us, like beautiful songs, and then now we're working on those songs. You know what I mean? So like, we've been doing this for like since we started, like. Some of our first ever jams were those songs that we recorded that night. But like in the weeks that came, we just kept stacking on more and more. And then one night when we were trying to piece together one of our sets, we were like, damn, we have 11 songs together. Oh, shit. Like, damn, okay.
So
like,
2 albums.
So now since then we're probably at like 15, you know?
Nice. So
like I think we're allowing it to come organically. Whatever we feel we're going to put out as our first project, you know what I mean? And you know, instead of just straight trying to go for the record and drop, we're trying to see like what sounds can we make first, you know what I mean? To solidify ourselves, to really
to stake your claim, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, say this is us, and this is what we do, you know what I mean? Instead of just fucking around on a bunch of tracks and just like whatever comes out, we're just, later on to be like, Not just whatever. No, we're really intentional about what we're
Yeah.
putting out, every single one of us, as
Actually, yeah.
individuals. So, yeah, I love to see it.
Shout
all
out to the
come
band.
together.
As a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
shout out to the band, man. Shout out to
definitely.
Stratus Fire and Eon Gray,
Dope dudes.
Rashad Blunt, all the homies, bro. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. So let's get back to your journey and about you. I know the spiritual thing. I know the food thing is a big part of it too. A lot of people don't know. So wherever you want to take us, let's go.
Yeah. So I think I should start with who I am and what I do, like what I represent.
Yeah.
So, I did start the SOL Collective a couple of years ago, which was originally just a clothing brand, and that's this logo that you see right here. This is the Student of Life logo. So I have 3 different logos, which are 3 different collections.
How do we get that? How do I get that? But them too. But how do I get that?
Yeah, they're going to be on the website as soon as we have the website up. There's only a couple left that are the original one of ones. You know what I mean? These have EMF protection in it. They have a Faraday fabric inside of them.
Oh, so this is a piece of equipment.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's it's designed to kind of just like block off the radiation coming in. Especially coming into our third eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, with us having our phones in our face all day, it's like some sort of protection, versus just having nothing. But like SOL, it really started as Student of Life, and that was the original, idea. But then as time kind of evolved and I ended up going to school, it all started to unravel itself into what it would become. So I went to RSI, the Refrigeration School Incorporated, and in a textbook I was reading one day, it said that cold, the temperature, it doesn't exist. That cold is just the absence of heat, because heat is the only energy we can measure, we can detect. When we remove heat from a medium, we're left with what we call cold. But cold isn't technically an entity of itself that could ever overtake the heat as long as heat is present.
It's just the absence of it.
Yeah.
So
that's
a
literally
crazy perspective. That's a crazy perspective.
Yeah. So that's the law of thermodynamics, though, if you really think about it, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. Right. It could only be transmuted.
It's just renewed. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So it can only transmuted or minimize, maximize, but you can't destroy.
Yeah, it's always there.
You know what I mean?
Somewhere.
So like, it's the same concept with light. Once I made that correlation, because I remember like seeing that and being like, wow, that's just like light, because the opposite of light is darkness, but darkness doesn't exist. Darkness is just the absence of the light.
Yeah.
So when we remove the light, we're left with what we call darkness. But once again,
we can't make darkness though. We
can't
turn off the light. We can just turn off the light. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no such thing as a light that would make it all black. You know what I mean? It just
a black light, but it's still light.
Right. Exactly.
We call it so that's something else. Yeah.
Right. So like when we really think about it from that perspective, then we start realizing that like, oh shoot, well, there's like an absence factor here. So that's where the Son of Light came about, and then the Student of Life really started to make sense to me. Because Student of Life then became as children we learn so easily. We absorb information effortlessly. We're like sponges to the world. 1 + 1 is 2, ABCs. But at some point in our teenage years, we develop this trait called ignorance, that is basically like this closed-mindedness. It's this know-it-all, like I know, so I don't need more information coming in. So you're closed off. So then you're closed-minded, then you're hard-headed. You know what I mean? That's what they call that. So like you're no longer learning. And at some point in our adult life, it's almost up to us to go back to that curious state that we were when we were children and just asking questions again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what we call stupid questions, we should be
right.
asking. Yes.
Exactly. So when you start going, we start opening your mind again to the possibilities, then you start receiving more of the truth which exists, because the wisdom exists, the truth exists, but you closing yourself off to it doesn't mean right, exactly.
There you go, yeah.
So like not choosing enlightenment, you're going to be left with ignorance, But if you're constantly choosing ignorance, then you can't become enlightened. You can't learn. if you keep choosing ignorance.
Right.
So
as a teenager, going back to being a teenager, we need to be kids again. I just literally had this conversation last night. Somebody asked me about my music, and I was like, I don't make music for people. I make music from the heart. And then their response was, that's just being a kid. Like, from the heart is being a kid. Like, we're like, fuck, I used to want to be a ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an engineer. Like, I'm chasing from the heart, like, from way back, from here, not from blocked off here. You know what I mean? So, absolutely, I agree 1,000% with you.
Yeah, and of course, like the last part of it, the soul of love, because the opposite of love is fear. Fear is imaginary. Fear is all in the mind. It's something that we create. We fabricate it. So
all of it, all of it is fabricated.
And even when we look at the things that we fear, is because we're afraid of losing something we love, or our comfort zone being altered. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's always there's
something to lose on the other side of that equation, always. And
that's So like it's the uncertainty that we're really like kind of questioning about. But like there's this, we were just talking. I was just having a conversation yesterday as well about like that separation of anxiety and excitement. Because they're both very similar feelings. They're that butterflies. They're like that little tingly sensation you feel anticipating an event, anticipating whatever is about to happen in your life. And you could either channel that in a way that's led by love with the excitement, or channel that in a way that's by fear through the anxiety,
And fear, it provokes so many other emotions.
Many more. For sure. So like, when you can channel that same energy, that same little buzz within you to the excitement, to the love part of it, and just like, no expectations, just being excited about life overall.
Be in the moment. Just be happy instead of trying to control the moment. Or like, if it doesn't turn out this way, oh my God, it's going to suck. Like, instead of doing that, like, you know what? I'm here. It's happening. Like, before you showed up, it's happening. I'm nervous too. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. Exactly. What if I say something wrong? We got to record all over again. I'm nervous too. But being in the moment, I'm like, fuck yeah, we having a real conversation with my guy. I'm excited. I'm not thinking about the next thing you're going to say, or if I do something wrong. Just in the moment.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, because you're choosing love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day, like
choosing love.
So you're choosing love. We're choosing light, and we're choosing enlightenment. And then we really look at them like what they are. Like, okay, like what is the love? The love is like the heart. That's the emotion. That's the sympathy. That's the care. You know what I mean? Like there's this driver within us that. Yeah. And and the heart's actually like the center point of the chakra system. It's the bridge from the lower chakras to the higher chakras. So like that right there is the source of this beingness that we exist in. You know what I mean? And it's always comes back to love. You know what I mean? Even like the reproductive and like the blossoming of nature and all that, you know what I mean, and the relationship of the sun and photosynthesis with the plants,
and
like
everything.
It's just
everything.
It's like based around like this growth aspect, this relationship within everything.
With everything, the mountain, the river, and the sea, with everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then when we look at the light, that's like the electrical charge within our brain. That's like the light bulb that goes over your head when you have an idea. That's that fire burning passion, they call it. That energy within you that like gets you pumped and gets you like ready.
To keep going.
You know what I mean? And it's that creativity that comes out of you. The music, the art, whatever it is, that's your own specific light. So you're your own star, your own son of light per se. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you have your own vibration, your own hue, your own like a weight of shining. So each of us can be sons of light, stars of light per se, and you could you don't have to be like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like you can be whatever.
It's best not to be
shine
like,
in whichever way.
It's best not to be like everyone else.
Right. You can shine your own specific way. You know what I mean? And of course, there's the student of life factor. Because what I forgot to say about the light is that light is spirit. That's what I was thinking about, like the all the idea, the fire burning passion, all that. That's spirit. You know what I mean? And spirit is the spiritual is what controls the physical. You know what I mean? Like overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like. That's why it's spiritual to like make music and get your brain going and get like spiritual to like make
I know
we
do it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It really is, bro.
Yeah.
So like
even the channel, you taught me how to channel certain things, And bro, I've took that with me since that day. Just how to like, even if I drink something, I need to channel that for the day, because this is not something I normally drink. So I need to channel this energy that I get to, you know, mom help me, boom, I'm here. It's fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So absolutely, I love your energy. And I talked about you yesterday, so I'm with you with the channeling. And thank you for that information.
Yeah.
And educating me on it, because I learn from you every time I see you.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you receiving, you know, like it's seriously, you know, it's how I live, and it's my philosophy of life. You know what I mean? So like, when you put all these three things together, right? Well, I forgot to mention the student of life. That's the brain. You know, the student of life is like the receiving of wisdom and knowledge. You know what I mean? And it's constantly being open to that. You know, so when you combine all three, you know, the mental, the physical, and the spiritual, then you start to kind of look at this reality, and then you start seeing the absence, right? Not a lot of love, not a lot of creativity everywhere. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people who are enlightened per se. You know what I mean?
Or open. Or not of people that are open.
Right. Exactly. So when we look and we see all this absence, right, that makes us question whether this philosophy can really, like, you know, hold itself. So then we have to ask ourselves a greater question: is this base reality? You know, is this a dream? Is this an illusion? Is this, do we die, go somewhere else? Is it, you know, there's a lot of reincarnation theories. Like you know, is this it? You know what I mean?
Right. Or is there, you know, I go somewhere else? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Right. So when you start asking that question, and then, you know, maybe you start seeing this as, you know, some sort of experience that you're here for. You're like this ride, the simulation. You know what I mean? Like whatever human soul trap, some people have called it. You know,
has many names.
Reincarnation soul trap. You know what I mean? Like that's what I've heard it called too. But overall, if we don't see this as base reality, then now we see why there's not a lot of love, not a lot of light, and not a lot of enlightenment in the world, not a lot of wisdom in the world. Because what this is essentially a game to kind of challenge us, you know? And this is all theoretical, right? Because like this, it's a philosophy, it's a way of life. So like, if we do see it as a game, then we're going to see that it makes sense how in Galaga, you're just one little airplane versus 30 things trying to kill you at once. So we're playing the odds game, you know what I mean? How many people are on your side in Super Mario?
Zero.
You know what I mean? Like you're a solo man out there. You know what I mean? Like they're all trying to get you. Every last little thing out there is trying to get you. So like if that same code is applied to this reality, then of course it's designed to make, you know, the righteous struggle. It's designed to make people forget the love and put them in a fear state. It's designed to take you away from your creativity and your individuality and put you into a robotic state of just absorption and you know, programming essentially. Ads. Ad. Right, exactly. Programming, literally.
Commercial state. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And so like, when we see like this big machine that's like kind of working towards put us in those states, then we realize that we have to be the source of the love. We have to be the source, you know, how many people of the creativity.
Don't see that, though? You know how hard it is to see that, first of all. And a lot of people don't, because everything around us, everything around us is saying, hey, you're not the source. This is. And now we chase that. Right? And then everyone has their own source that they're chasing, you know what I mean? Which is so sad, man. You need to start a podcast. You can talk about it, man, and teach people like this. This is like, there's some parts in life, spiritually and internally, that some people will never get to experience about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And there are a few of us that will. You know what I mean? And I don't know by now, he does reggae. Obviously, he's about love. But doing that and transferring into your music and transferring into your spirituality, and then the whole thing you just gave me here, and explaining the chakras and the different perspectives on everything. It's again, it's all there. We all know it. Just a lot of people just aren't open or can't be open to it. Can't be open to it. They would like to, and they see it. And I see people talk to me, and I'm sure you hear it all the time. But like, man, you just do what you want. Everything's good. Everything goes perfect with you. And it's not. It's how I make it. It's how you make it. And a lot of people will never see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Hats off to you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, so like, through the SOL Collective, which represents, the SOL philosophy, Sons of Light, Souls of Love, Students of Life, through that, our mission is to bring conscious creativity, you know what I mean? We want to bring outreaches.
With music, with everything?
Yeah, absolutely,
okay, right, cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to support and endorse that type of, energy, creative energy, because I personally feel like creative energy is godly energy, like especially if you're doing it intentionally.
It's unboxed.
With the
creativity
message.
is unboxed. It's just
right.
No limit. There's no limit to it.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. So like some people like truly are channeling divinity through their art, So like I want to support that, especially people with the positive message, people who are talking about God, people who are talking about consciousness and
people that are
love.
Moving forward.
Right, exactly. So like we want to be behind those people, Also with homeless outreaches and community gardens and planting trees, stuff like that. We have initiatives, where we want to be traveling the world, and essentially everywhere we go, we do the same thing. We help out homeless, help out needy, help out children in need. We go plant some trees, maybe start a community garden.
Sounds like you're just being human.
Yeah, straight up. Maybe do a trash cleanup or two on a beach or something. You know what I mean? And like we can get community out there to help us out. So like everywhere we go, we want to create this movement where we're not just traveling the world just to go experience it all. You know what I mean? Like we want to actually go out there and make an impact everywhere we go. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when we
leave some breadcrumbs.
Right, and so when we leave there, they're gonna have a community garden that's, in a couple months possibly giving them some food, and if they take care of it, it can definitely like provide for more, So
where can people find information about this? Like, do you have a website? Can they go to your Instagram? Who can they reach out to?
Yeah, so right now the SOL Collective is the best source of information we have, and I'm not very good at posting as of right now. We literally just got our board members officially on board yesterday.
Oh shit!
So like this is so new that in the past couple months, it's really been coming into fruition. But this has been like a year in the making. It was a decision I made. And I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, like this is a decision I had to make myself, which was, do I go the business route with the LLC, turn the SOL Collective into LLC, have all these different DBAs and things under it and stuff, or do I go the religious nonprofit route,
like 501c or something,
508c1a,
my bad, okay,
which is a religious nonprofit, and through that we get tax exempt status. Now, why do we want tax exempt status? Not to maximize profits, but to maximize the amount of money that we do make. That way we could throw it right back to the mission, because legally that's all we're allowed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally, I'm not trying to buy myself a fucking Lamborghini through a ministry. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go buy a mansion like some of these priests do. You know what I mean? A lot
of them do.
We don't need a large building to worship in. If anything, we want to pray in nature. We want to be around trees. We want to do ceremonies and cleanses.
What God left for us.
Right, exactly. Through us being a religion, okay, well, what's our scripture? Well, we want to look into scriptures from all over the world. We want to actually look into the Buddhism, look into the Hinduism, look into like the Muslim and Islam culture. You know what I mean? Like we want to look into all these different perceptions of God, and also whatever other historical context we have, including ancient Mayan, Egyptian, Aztec, Mesopotamian cultures.
Oh, way back. Yeah.
And also indigenous tribes around the world that all acknowledge a creator, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for everything that's ever acknowledged a creator of some sort, and what's their perspective on it.
Even like the Asgard Thor type, because that's real.
Yes,
that's real.
Exactly, because that, like, when you tie that,
and some people laugh about it, but I know people who really truly believe in it, and I'm like, that shit makes sense, kind of. If I'm putting up against other cultures, that makes sense.
Right, exactly, and that can get into I forgot the name of the book, but of course there's like the other part of like the story,
the mythical gods,
yeah. But there's like a Bible version of it where like they kind of talk about like the giants and they talk about the angels and all that stuff, which is kind of like similar, you know what I mean? So the whole point isn't to essentially take everything and as a belief system and as a religious like truth and a doctrine that we have to be locked into. It's actually like just giving us a wider perspective so that as individuals we can make a choice as to what makes sense to us. And then we can't, through this method, we're not going to be judgmental, knowing that everybody has different backgrounds. Everybody has different things that they resonate with. So they might resonate towards one certain. Some might resonate towards Islam.
That's okay.
Yeah, some might resonate towards Islam because they fast and they actually do Ramadan and they do, you know what I mean, like true discipline stuff. Like others might, you know, tie in more with Buddhism because it doesn't have to worship a creator or a higher being, and it's more so about finding the inner nirvana. You know what I mean? So like whatever people gravitate to on a personal level, we want that allowance and that freedom. That way it's not like a cult.
And that safe place.
Right,
so
exactly. A safe place.
Like
Straight up though. Like you said exactly what it is. That, like, because if everybody was believing the same thing, we're not going to
get into the cult thing, but
but straight up, if everybody believed the same thing, and we're just telling people, hey, this is the way, and if you're wrong, like you're not allowed here, like or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like like you want people to know, like this is a modern ministry. This is a ministry of today's age. The age of information. You know,
I like
and,
that you
and
call
we got
it
attacks.
Spirituality more than like a culture or something that you worship. It's more because now it makes it seem like you're here to worship yourself, not someone that we can't see or hear or whatever. But if you worship yourself first, you'll find everything that you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like it that's the focal point, opposed to we're gonna take this, and this, and pick one. Like no, take some from here, take some from here, take some from here.
Right. What
resonates? And you're the God. You know what I'm saying? You
exactly.
So
exactly. So like whatever resonates with people on the individual level, because some people are still gonna have like that outward, like worship sense, but like I believe that in order to have a real connection with our Creator, that we have to really take care of our vessels. 1,000%. Our vessels have to be as clean as possible for the channeling, and that includes like, you know, the alcohol. You know what I mean? Like I'm personally, I'm 3.5 years sober now, like without no alcohol. So that's just me and my journey. Around the same time, I went plant-based. You know, a lot of people don't know that either. But
so the same time you switched to everything.
Because it was a complete awakening that I needed to really like clean up my act, like literally clean up my act, and what I believe and what I do had to match. Because for a long time I was just like, I believe this, but my actions were not aligning with that. You know, so once you start making the connection in your head, and it's like, well, you know what, I can survive plant-based actually. And I've been doing it for 2.5 years. Like, oh shit, like I haven't died yet. I'm feeling
how many people?
Like,
because I know it happens, bro. I know, and I'm always curious. Cause I ask you a question, but how many people talk shit to you? About, I know you get it all the time, man. But how? Like, what are some of their complaints? Because like, you look great, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are like? I know, and it's people pushing their fears out on you.
Of course.
But like, is it more family and friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I fuck with, you know, Kyle James. I fuck with Kyle James, and he has a song about people talking shit about him because he's a vegan. And I'm like, it's that bad. He's like, bro, everyone wants to push meat on me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why everybody care what you eat? Like, why does everybody care? That's crazy.
It's a very deep rabbit hole. But like it's in a way that's part of the program, you know what I mean, and it does make us forget to love, and I do believe that the meat and dairy industry is a direct attack on the heart chakra, hence why all that food clogs your veins and your arteries and your blood flow, you know what I mean. Without proper blood flow, your heart's not functioning at optimal levels, and if your heart's not functioning at optimal levels, how can you that's tied to emotion and love. It's not just tied to blood being pumped to your body. That's tied to actual emotions and processing of life. You know, so when we really look at
understand that everything you do is attached to an emotion.
Yeah,
people need to, like, a lot of people don't know. Like, I want you to go back and we stop right there. Everything we do, everything I eat, I drink, I know it's attached to an emotion. And a lot of people don't know that. Water, if I put a little powder pack in my water, I'm going to feel different. It's attached to an emotion. And I literally eat based on my emotion, drink based on my... I don't even drink no more. I'm 2 months sober, by the way. So, 2 months sober. So,
that's dope, dude.
And so I'm gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's I feel better. And drinking was tied to an emotion. So check your emotions.
Straight up, man. That's real. That's real, for real.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Back to the shit that I get. I'll be straight up with you, bro. I think that because I'm a dude with dreads, people really just don't want the smoke.
They let it go.
They don't want the conscious explanation as to why.
They know you have the answer.
You know what I mean?
That's
straight up. Like I feel like a lot of people feel intimidated to ask me, or intimidated to try and clown on me. You know what I mean? Because they could see that like I made a very composed decision and a firm decision at that. You know, and there is a lot of plant-based people out there that are not very deeply spiritually in tune, or they may be narcissistic in some sort of way, so they come off as arrogant, and you know what I mean, like they're not doing it necessarily like for the health, and you know what I mean. So like they get stuff from other people. You know what I mean? So you look too slim, or you look too like I think that's the only thing that I've gotten from one of my cousins was just like,
you need to get some meat,
damn, bro, like you look skinny, bro. And I pulled up my shirt and I showed him my six pack. I'm like, bro, this is what a man's supposed to look like.
I can lift this fucking car, man. Like, what do you mean?
You know what? Now, and I mean, I'm not the strongest man in the world per se, but I mean, I don't go to the gym, bro. Like I got homies that are like jacked, and they ain't telling anybody that they're vegan because like they don't want that attention. Like, there's a lot of vegans out there that don't even talk about being vegan because they don't want to fit that stereotype of, how do you know if somebody's a vegan? Oh, they'll tell you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of in that same boat, too. That's why a lot of people don't know. And it's kind of no one's business
unless you tell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Dude,
I don't care. We're not our conversation and you put on your pants just like me. Because you don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still the same. It's because we eat different shit. I don't understand why people care what other people eat.
But it's very tied to their personality and cultural, identity. So like I can see why people want to, and
it's tied to their culture. And that's deep as fuck.
And I can't lie, bro. Like anytime I do get into a discussion about this, they always change the subject, and they come down to the ultimate red herring, which is, why does it matter anyway?
Then why did you bring it up?
Right. So what does it matter? Right? Like what I eat or anything anyway? And I'm like, okay, well, you could break down the environmental, the health, the morality. Those are three big parts of that are pillars of the whole plant-based thing.
Health and health, period.
Right.
That could be the only reason.
And I'd like to just straight up say that, like, if anybody thinks that this is vegan propaganda, I'd like for you to go outside and look at the billboards that say Burger King. Look at the Got Milk campaign with the little mustache of milk. You know what I mean? Like what is milk? Yes, it's the lactation of the mammalia from the actual udder of a cow. You know what I mean? That's meant for the child. That's meant for the little baby calf, which they take away the calf, they take away the baby, and then they start giving that little baby a alternative milk, which is made out of alternative substance. It's not even the real milk.
And we get the milk.
And we get the milk.
And
we turn that into
shouldn't be drinking.
Right. So it's like this whole twisted process people don't even know about, though. That's the thing.
It's ignorance.
People
like
don't know.
Earlier. It's ignorance is probably the biggest weapon that companies, the government, the world has. Ignorance is probably the strongest weapon. If I can talk to you about something you don't know about and convince you that that's really what it is, you're going to believe that shit for a very long. It would be very hard to if you were blind and I convinced you the sky was purple, it would be so hard for somebody to convince you that it's truly blue.
Right.
Because I got to you first.
Yeah.
Because I told you McDonald's is good. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you bottles for soda is better than cans. You know what I'm saying? Like It's whatever people are being told we believe. It sucks.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, like you're gonna keep seeing, like, dude, like look at the Super Bowl commercials. It's constantly like it's the same stuff. It's beer, alcohol, meat consumption, cheese consumption, Doritos, whatever
Fast
you
food,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like they want you on the processed stuff as much as possible. They want you on that cancer food. They want you on reliant on their system. Even if you go to the fucking food bank, or even worse off, your children's food at elementary schools that they're giving them the worst of the worst. Literally, it's not organic. It's not grass fed. It's worse than jail. It's all processed food. I remember eating that.
100% processed.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not giving us actual real food. None of it's like, like I said, organic, grass fed, none of that. So like, if the kids don't even deserve it, then what does that say about, like,
I know
us
they
as
do it in
adults,
other countries, but most of it's done here. Majority of it's done here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other countries have better food than we do. I just watched a video about a strawberry in another country and a strawberry here. Yeah. They cut it in half. I'm like, whoa. I'll never eat strawberries here again. That's crazy. Like, I want one of those. Like,
No, bro. And it's wild, bro, because we live in the United States of America, which is a corporation. They've turned everything into a business, which means that they want to use every last ingredient sitting around as possible, all in the name of sales, all in the name of, like, hey, like, we have it sitting around anyway. Why not just put it in the food? Why not just spray chemicals on all the food?
Just because you can do it doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Yeah, dude. It's wild, bro.
For real.
So, like, so... fuck the system, man. Start thinking for yourself, just straight up. Like, fucking start doing research on shit. Open your mind. Like if you really start asking questions, which is what I do. This is how I live my life. Is I just ask questions to people. I just keep asking questions. Yeah. And that's my response to a lot of these things. That's why people always change the subject, because I keep asking questions. And
that pisses people off. I'm the same way. That pisses people off, though, man.
It does.
Because I don't ask questions to be like, to try to get at them or back them in the corner. I'm asking questions because I want to know where you really are. Right. How did you get here? Because I don't understand. How did you get to where you are? And then maybe I will flip and say, but most of the time when I'm asking questions, people get pissed off because they can't answer them. They just have this answer for something, but they have no idea how they got there. Right. That really pisses people off. Like, I've so many people like, well, why? Well, if that's and this is the case, why are you acting this way? Like, man, kind of holds them responsible too for what they're saying.
For sure, yeah. and also, like, it's the Socratic method, and anybody who's familiar with the Socratic method, like, first of all, Socrates was murdered by the court for being such a brilliant question asker. Mm-hmm. He literally pissed politicians off, people in power off, because he kept questioning government. So
which is what we should be doing as people.
And dude, all he did was ask questions. Mm-hmm. He was a master debater, and that's how he would. Win every single debate. Yeah. Because all he did was
they would win it. They would give him the win because he's asked questions. Like, they would win it for him. Absolutely.
Right. And any debate, like if you get to a point where you can't answer something, or if you get to a point where, like, oh shit, this is a contradiction, then you start finding that lapse in logic on your own versus somebody else trying to tell you, no, this is this and this and this is this. Bro, our minds close off to that so quick. We're like, but when we come to the realization on our own, that's a much more powerful, awakening per se. You know what I mean?
Because you have the entire path instead of hop, skip, jump. That's what this is. I know exactly how this works now back here. Right. Instead of bits and pieces. Absolutely. And knowledge is power. That's the power.
Yeah, straight up.
That's what they mean when they say that. Hell yeah, man. What else you got going? Where can they find you before we get out of here? Anything else you want to say? I appreciate having you. Thank you very much. I know we've had crazy conversations and sessions too. But please just tell people about the thing you have coming up. The what is that? The
open mic?
No. The foundation thing you have coming up. Where they can find that coming up. Where they can find you. Your open mic coming up. Everything.
Yeah. So I host multiple events out here in Phoenix. So the SOL Collective, if you find us on Instagram, it's the.s.o.l.collective.
SOL Collective.
So you can find the SOL Collective, and then you could also follow my platform at LSOL.JG the Sun. And on there you'll find all kinds of events as well. I host a themed open mic every single month. It's exactly as stated. So every month is a different theme. This month's theme, this Saturday in 2 days. I don't know when this is going live, but so Saturday, July 26th.
But it's once a month though.
Huh?
It's once a month.
Yeah, it's a once a month. It's a once a month thing. Usually every last Saturday of the month.
Dope.
But yeah, it's a themed open mic. The theme of this month is uplifting inspiration. So yeah, people are going to be sharing, you know, some uplifting, you know, motivational empowerment type of stuff. Last month's was Summertime Delight, which was more so focused on happiness, joy, you know, like cool memories as a child. Right. Whatever Summertime Delight feels like to you, or whatever that resonates or sounds like. So yeah, like next month's theme is going to be jamming instruments. You know, it's going to be a no vocals challenge. So just bring an instrument. You know what I mean? So like, dope. Yeah, every single month is a different one. Like later on, we have another one that's opposite of that called Speaking Voices. That theme is basically like no music, no instruments, just using your voice.
Can you make sure you tag us and all that stuff so I can put it on the story?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I got you, bro. Heck yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. Closing statements. Yeah, you'll be able to find the SOL Collective, the website. You'll be able to find all of our, right now, you can find our YouTube channel where we're going to be uploading more of the highlights and a lot of content that we have in the pipeline. The SOL Collective on there as well. But yeah, other than that, man, I'd just like to say thank you guys. Thank you for hosting this. I think this is really cool for people to kind of just get to know the artists, and you know, absolutely. For this is a really cool thing they're doing for community. So thank you,
yes, sir,
for this, man.
Thank you for coming. Really I appreciate dope. You, man, for coming. Shit.
Heck yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.